Salam. Ta-a-a-tho-o-o-o-o-om. Ta-a-a-dhi-i-i. Ki-i-i. Na-a-a-tho-o-om. Tathom-Thadhi, kinathomDhi-im, Dhi-im, Ta-a-a-tho-o-o-o-o-om. Ta-a-a-dhi-i-i. Ki-i-i. Na-a-a-tho-o-om. Tathom-Thadhi, kinathomDhi-im, Dhi-im, Ta-a-tho-o-o-om. Ta-a-dhi-i. Ki-i. Na-a-tho-om. Tathom-Thadhi, kinathomDhi-im, Dhi-im, Ta-a-tho-o-o-om. Ta-a-dhi-i. Ki-i. Na-a-tho-om. Tathom-Thadhi, kinathomDhi-im, Dhi-im, Ta-tho-om-Thadhi, kinathom. Tathom-Thadhi, kinathomDhi-im, Dhi-im, Ta-tho-om-Thadhi, kinathom. Tathom-Thadhi, kinathom. Tathom-Thadhi, kinathom. Tathom-Thadhi, kinathomDhi. Welcome to episode 273 of Konnakol 2020, the video series in which every day of this year I try to show you something about Konnakol, that is the vocal percussion tradition of South India. I am Carlitos from Slovenia, and today is September the 29th, almost at the end of September we are. And I am bringing you today a new entry into the series of Abhiprayams in khanda nadai that we started back in episode 268. That makes this episode the 6th in a series, which means that you are very welcomed, if this is the first episode you see, to go back to episode 268, because there I explain a couple of important concepts about this particular series of Abhiprayam. So today we are focusing on the standard phrase for 8 beats, which is ThathoomTha, dhikinathom. And it's probably, this one is probably one of the hardest so far, because since we are subdividing into 5 and all our phrases will be multiples of 8, that's not a round multiple, right? So we're going to have all sort of unexpected places where the beats will land. But before that, let's take a look at the structure. The structure of all Abhiprayams is, as you know, first explained in terms of X's. That means in which ways you are going to multiply the home phrase, your main phrase, which in our case is ThathoomTha, dhikinathom, which is the standard phrase for 8. So we're using this Abhiprayam to practice many different ways of performing ThathoomTha, dhikinathom in khanda nadai. That is a subdivision of 5 to a beat. So the structure remains the same, all these x's, and then when we multiply our value, which is 8, by all those x's, what we get is the formula in the middle, which is 56, 8, 8 gap, 48, 8 and 8 gap, 40, 8, 8 gap, 32, 8, 8 gap, 24, 8, 8 gap, and finally 16, 8, 8, 8. And if we would be rendering this exercise in chaturashra nadai, madhyamakalam and aditalam, that means that every beat will be subdivided into 4 instead of into 5. This would be super simple, but as I told you, it will not be. It's probably one of the hardest because we're subdividing the beat into 5. So how we're going to perform this? You probably guessed it. We take our home phrase, ThathoomTha, dhikinathom, and then we extend it in different ways. The 56 is ThathoomTha, dhikinathom over 7. That is what the pipe character means. So when we do that, we perform it as ta-a-a-tho-o-o-o-o-om, ta-a-a-dhi-i, ki-i-i, na-a-a-tho-o-om. The next phrase is a phrase for 48 beats, and that is going to be simply 8 over 6, or ta-a-a-tho-o-o-o-o-om, ta-a-a-dhi-i-i, ki-i-i, na-a-a-tho-o-om. Long phrase. A shorter one is the next, 40 aksharas long, and we perform it as ta-a-tho-o-o-om, ta-a-dhi-i, ki-i, na-a-tho-om. And we have the familiar correspondence between our subdivisions here of the hand that we're subdividing in groups of 2 plus 3, and how we perform these, because each of these syllables of ThathoomTha, dhikinathom is going to last 5. So we are reciting a phrase for 5 subdivided into 2 plus 3, and we're also subdividing into 2 plus 3 when we count. The next one is a phrase for 32 beats. That is 8 over 4. So we perform it as tho-o, o-o, da-a, dhi-i, ki-i, na-a, tho-o. The next is a phrase for 24 aksharas, which is 8 over 3. So, ThathoomTha, dhikinathom. Nice. The next one is 16, which is ThathoomThadhi kinathom over 2. ThathoomTha, dhikinathom. And the final one, well, is a single 8 that we perform as ThathoomThadhi kinathom. And the last one is the gap for 8. That's why the 8 is between brackets. That means it is a gap, or that it uses a different language when reciting it. And for that, if you forgot about this, many episodes ago, I think there are episodes 13 and 14, I explained the different languages for phrases and for gaps. So you can go check that out at any time. So the gap for 8 is going to be performed as dhi-im, dhi-im. So very simple, because when we're talking about such a hard composition or exercise, we must stick to the simplest syllables possible. Otherwise, we will get ourselves into more trouble than we need. And finally, after we transpose all of these numbers with the way of performing them, as I just explained, we get the transcription, the full transcription here. And probably this is the most valuable piece of information in this video, the full transcription. Anyway, I'm going to perform it now at a slower speed, so you are very welcome to join as well. And if you need some time to study this at your own pace, then just pause the video, take a screenshot, and practice this as many times as you need. And when you're ready, come back, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then we start. Ready? Let's go. Taka taki ta taka taki ta taka taki ta taka taki ta ta a tho-o o ta a dhi-i ki-i na a tho-o ThathoomThadhi kinathomDhi im-Dhi-im tho-o ta a dhi-i ki-i na-a-tho-o ThathoomThadhi kinathomDhi im-Dhi-im tho-o ta-a dhi-i ki-i na-a-tho-o ThathoomThadhi kinathomDhi im-Dhi-im tho-o ta-a dhi-i ki-i na-a-tho-o ThathoomThadhi kinathomDhi im-Dhi-im ThathoomThadhi kinathom ThathoomThadhi kinathomDhi im-Dhi-im ThathoomThadhi kinathom ThathoomThadhi kinathom ThathoomThadhi kinathom ThathoomThadhi kinathomDhi. There you go. That was the latest entry into the Abhiprayam series in Khanda Nadai that we started back in episode 268. Tomorrow we're going to look at the Abhiprayam in this same formula for the standard phrase for 9 beats, and then the standard phrase for 10 beats after that. So I hope you stick around and let me know what you think by using the Instagram, Facebook and YouTube comment boxes, or just leave me a message over using my social networks displayed here, because I like getting feedback, so why not? Anyway, that's all from me tonight. Thanks a lot for watching. I have been Carlitos from Slovenia, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.